All right, welcome back. It's the 5 and 5. We're going to get to the 5 bets in 5 minutes. That's just a segment of this grand video here. And look who is back at Kilkenny
What's
on
up, baby?
Twitter. You know him. You know him from the moonshot. You know him from a lot of things, making you money. What's up, my brother? In case you hear like what seems to be the world coming down on top of me, no, that's not my recent stretch of bets for baseball, Kenny. That's actual construction that's happening above me. So I apologize ahead of time for the drill, the hammer, and anything else going on. What's up, my friend?
Dude, I'm jacked. This is like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this out loud, but
you can say whatever you want.
I might like the British Open more than the Masters. I don't know. I love this tournament. It's my favorite weekend every single year. I remember even in high school waking up at 4 a.m, like before having to get to school. Like there's something about it. I don't know what it is, man. So again, don't tell anybody I said that, but I love the British Open. I am excited.
Your secret is safe with me, my friend. And I wonder how much of this is it. And by the way, this is where you can follow Kenny on Twitter. You got to pump the Discord in a sec here, but I'm guessing, and it might not be by choice. It might just be due to genetics. I don't know for me what it is, but insomniac. Like, have you always struggled? Because I think that for all of us who have always struggled, or recently at least out of like college, once you leave college, then it's like you become an insomniac. That's the best reward, right? 4:30 in the morning golf. There's nothing better than watching meaningful television at 4:30 in the morning. And Kenny, you're not finding much meaningful television at 4:30 in the morning outside of golf overseas. So I'm with you. I am going to back you. Anybody trashes you on that Masters stuff, I got your back on that. All right.
I love it. I love it.
Does much, but all right. Tell us about the Discord.
Yeah, man. So Moonshot Discord, it's what I believe to be the best value in the crapshoot that has become the gambling Twitter Discord community here. It's a great place to make some money, make some friends. I've got all my British Open plays posted in there already, and I'm telling you now, if you want to hold out until NFL season, I don't blame you, but you have to be there during NFL. There's no place to be other than Moonshot HQ. And again, I know you were there all last season. Forget the insane. Some of the insane 2-touchdown bets we hit. It's just a fun time to be in there, man. It's a psychotic community to a fault, but I love them to death. They're my lovable band of lunatics, and we know how to party. So join the Mooney Gang and continue to win money with us.
I love it. You're right too. It is a sense, like people can say, we have it. A lot of Discords, they have a sense of community, but not you guys
had that too. I mean, you've done a tremendous job from the outside.
Thank you. We're trying. Like, we need. I keep telling them we need more 3 touchdown plays. Like, I'm trying to get Eric Lindquist to give 3 touchdown plays so he can post shit like that, because you sweep a board on 6 MLB straights. It's like, all right, that's not bringing people to the door. They see what you're doing, and let me tell you, anytime that I play a 2 touchdown bet, it's coming from you, or it's the strategy that's coming from you. And it's always like, you got to give credit. So the Moonshot, Mr. 2 TDs, you got a bunch of different monikers, my friend.
I appreciate that, brother. I truly do. Thank you.
All right, let's look at this. You and I are going to talk. We'll start the clock. We'll hit some bets coming up in a second, but there's a really cool opportunity on FanDuel here for you. If you're new to it, then you get your bonus bets, basically your bet back up to, I believe, $100. If your guy finishes top 20, right? So we're essentially betting a guy to win here, but knowing that there's a strong chance of him finishing top 20. So you have the floor, my friend. We haven't started the clock or anything along those lines. I'm going to mute my mic so that the furniture moving doesn't come bleed through anymore. Where's your bet insurance top 20 guy?
All right, so I'm not the biggest trends guy in the entire world, especially for a tournament as volatile as the Open Championship, but just some fun stuff here, because my guy checks every one of these boxes. 9 of the last 10 winners have posted a top 20 in at least one of their last 2 majors. This guy took 5th at the U.S. Open, 18th at the PGA. 10 of the last 10 winners have either won a major or have finished runner-up in a major. He's finished runner-up twice. 10 of the last 10 winners have been World Golf Ranking top 40. He's currently 21st. And recent form, 9 of the last 10 winners have posted a top 10 in at least one of their last 3 starts. He's got 3 top 6s in his last 4. I've never bet on this guy in my entire life. I am confident this week. Tommy Fleetwood, 28-1, winning the Open Championship.
Wow, look at that. Now, I love it. You're talking about one of the best putters we've seen in a long time. consistency, spike putting. It's there, 30-1 right now. Here's the beauty of it. Finishing top 20 is, especially if you don't have to deal with the elements and it's truly a matter of distancing yourself on the green. These gigantic greens, lag putting is going to be key. I get it. But scoring from 15, 20 out, if in fact you're able to strike, and we've seen him. I love it, man. The numbers that you laid out, I know you said that it's not always about trends, but it certainly makes sense here. It's a great play because at 30-1, I mean, look, we'll do the math right here. That's a $3,000 bet. I think for me, I'm just going to tail this with something that I'm going to try to limit the risk if I can, Kenny, as much as possible, and still take a guy that I think has a strong number associated with him. I understand that it's probably going to take a little more than even a 25-1 shot for a guy like Xander to win this, but we've seen just how good and how strong he's played in majors, how consistent he can be, and he just meets and matches a lot of boxes at Royal Liverpool where you are going to need to score on longer 4s and 5s and even take advantage of that quick 4 and 5 on the first, if I say that the 2 eagle opportunities. Strong with your irons, be able to putt, be able to spike putt. Like, he's not, I think, the value that you laid out with Tommy Fleetwood, but I think Xander at 25-1 in this case is somebody that I'm going to play.
I think both of these guys are sort of perfect uses for this particular promo. Just the top 20 potential free roll, if you will. It's just I think both of them have like crazy high floors. And again, if they spike at the right time, maybe one of these guys wins their first major this year. I just think they both have enough of a safety net where you can justify using this on somebody at these odds as opposed to, and again, there's nothing wrong if you want to just, save your money and throw it on Scotty. I mean, like that's
sure.
It's as safe as it gets. But if you want to try to, squeeze some juice out of this here and take advantage of this promo, I think you can, within reason, go up to these guys for sure.
All right, here we go. We'll figuratively, at least metaphorically, at least start the clock here. Ring the bell, as they say, where you and I are in Philadelphia. You take the honors. You can go anywhere you want. All right. Long shots, tourney specials. If you have something, I got something here, nearly a 40-1 shot that's only on FanDuel that I'm going to throw at you. So you can take it anywhere. Nothing is out of bounds, my friend. You have the first pick. We'll go back and forth. Kick things off here, or tee things off here.
You tee things off, man. I like that. You and I live in the content world, and especially as of late, a lot more in the golf content world. So we see a lot of people touting guys. Now, I haven't seen a single person talk about this guy. So I'm not trying to be Mr. Contrarian, but I think this guy is crazy under the radar right now. It's more of a gut shot here, but I think Bombers are going to potentially have a pretty high advantage here this week. They're saying that it's not going to firm up, and if it doesn't firm up, they're saying the ball is not rolling on these fairways, and it's playing long. It's already listed at 7,300 yards, par 71. They said it's going to play a lot more than that. I heard Patrick Reed's caddy talk about this yesterday. So if you think that there's an edge for Bombers here, I think that people are sleeping on Cameron Young. Cameron Young at 70-1. I was all over this guy for the Masters. I know a lot of people were, got out of the gate pretty hot at the Masters, fell off a little bit over the weekend, and still finished 7th. And then it just hasn't really been all that great since then. His approach play has been really hit or miss, which is a bit concerning. But Paul Tesori, relatively new on the bag still. They've got a couple months of chemistry. He took second at this tournament last year at St. Andrews, almost miraculously beat Cam Smith with an eagle on 18. I just think the kid is ready to win his first tournament. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a major. Cameron Young, 70-1. Mute.
I'm muted only because there was this, it felt like, when you were a kid and the first time you experienced that thunder, like the house shook, and you probably experienced thunder before that. And you were just like, okay, maybe you saw like a dog or a younger sibling or somebody reacting. And you were just like, come on, it's thunder. No. And then you feel like that first one that shakes the house. We just had one like that shook the room. And I was like, all right, let me mute so that people aren't focused on that versus Kenny's great analysis. All I said was nothing to push back on. I love it. I think you nailed it. The course has already been lengthened. If it is soft, like you said, advantage anybody bombing right now. All right, let's move, because I know you have another outright here. I'm going to move to the matchup. So we'll go back to the outright for you, but I'm going to move to a matchup here. I think this guy at even money you're going to see some strong value for, you talk about the U.S. Open. I know he lost strokes putting at the U.S. Open, but major experience being able to match up, especially with where you need distance, absolutely is there. Length with iron, second shot, being able to really pinpoint eagle opportunities as well as lag in order to score on longer holes. I think Dustin Johnson, look, Colin Morikawa, I get it, has been playing well, but look, we saw this, right, where it was the injury and then it was missing the cut. So there has been some up and down, and that down is really bad. And I'm not saying Dustin Johnson is a shoo-in for a top 10, Kenny, but at even money, I'm going to take him in a matchup over Morikawa.
I'm not going to talk you out of it. I feel like I have not hit
you just don't like it.
I have zero pulse on DJ. I haven't bet on him in anything in what feels like over in a year now. And again, he's the guy's as steady as it gets. So I can't talk you out of it. I'm terrified of Dustin Johnson.
I understand. All right, where are you at next?
All right, this is just full-blown insanity. I mean, I would be tremendously shocked if this guy wins, but I think if you're looking for just one dart throw way down the board, bet it twice in case, he goes out and he's first round leader and you want to have some, maybe a cash opportunity. At 400 to 1, you can get a guy that's won a tournament this year, hits the ball far off the tee, hits it accurate off the tee. I mean, off the tee is probably the best part of his game. And from the beginning of February to, early June, you could say he was probably a top 15 golfer on the planet. He's fallen off just a little bit in recent weeks, spiked back at the Rocket Mortgage. Taylor Moore at 400 to 1 feels like just a bit off. Now, look, I would be stunned if Taylor Moore came out and won the Open, but this, you're at the price range here of guys that won the Open 60 years ago and are getting the special exemption. I mean, this guy is as legit as it gets. I think he has top 5 upside here at 400 to 1. He goes out hot. This drops to 80 to 1, and you can be looking at some cash on equity. So I think if you want to just have one dart throw down the board, Taylor Moore at 400 to 1 is pretty fun.
It's amazing. And look, you could work him, I'm sure, top 40s. You are going to get insane return for a guy and more if you even wanted to ladder him, right? Top 40, top 20 in that regard. So I love it. Look, and the strategy is clearly there, especially when you talk about who else is in here. I mean, Bez, always love to look at Bez and get behind a guy, but he's been disappointing. Some of these guys have been disappointing in Europe. Tom Hogue, I mean, my God, you talk about falling off the face, right? So I love it right there. I'm going to give you one more matchup, and then if you have anything, I'll slide in one of these tourney specials before we get out. This is a round 1 matchup, and I'm going to just play off of what you mentioned with the Bomber and what you mentioned as far as strategy for your top number 1 guy in Cam Young. And look, I'm talking again about getting over even money, plus 105 here for Bryson DeChambeau to knock off Matty Fitz. And look, Matt Fitzpatrick has also had his ups and downs, and we've seen him struggle at times putting. And save me the fact that it's back in England and all this other stuff. DeChambeau has one of the rare guys in this field, Kenny. If his head is on right, and I only need his head to be on right 1 round, okay? 4 and 5 are eagle holes for him right away. This is a guy who can carry these long hazards, internal OBs on these longer fairways without really struggling as much as others. Give me DeChambeau plus 105 over Matty Fitz.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Round one, sorry.
I love it. I like Bryson a lot this week anyway. And Matty Fitz, I don't know if you heard his comments in his interview the other day. If I was holding a Matty Fitz ticket, I would not be encouraged. He pretty much said, I don't play well in opens. The court, this course doesn't really suit my eye. If I finish in the top 30, I would call that a success this week. So fade Fitz. I love the Bryson call.
All right. Anything else on your way out, my friend, before we break bread here?
If you want somebody that, either to use in DFS or to ladder, as you said, top 40, top 20, whatever, just for a little fun. I don't know if they have one of these on FanDuel, but if you can find somewhere maybe the top live player. Another guy that's way down the board, I think might make some noise this weekend is lefty Phil Mickelson. I think Phil is going to be in the mix.
I wonder what he is to make the cut. Right? Just something along those lines. Probably going to be, he's not on there. Okay. That's a great call, man. You know, people are going to love to hate, right?
Love to hate, love to hate. But dude, I think that this is a dream setup for Phil.
Yeah.
The ball striking is going to be there. I mean, he's still crushing it with his driver. He is one of the most crafty short game players on earth. It's just, how well is he hitting his irons, and can he find that magic with the putter? But if we get a third of what we got out of him at Augusta, he's going to make the cut, and I think he could be, it would be awesome if he won this tournament, but I mean, I think he could be like your DFS darling, and I do think if you can find a fun live prop, like I'm heavy on Koepka this week, I'll be honest. But if other than Koepka, I think Phil could be the best live player in the field.
We'll definitely look for that. As you mentioned, the beauty of this is that we're not tied down to one specific book, so you can move around and definitely follow along. Last one here for you, my friend. You're already on Fleetwood. The Putting for Dough show, myself and Ben Ross on the Odd Shopper Golf Channel. That's why the guys behind me been on Ricky forever, finally wins, and it's a beautiful thing for all of the people who've been riding with Ricky. Viktor Hovland is going to be forgotten a lot on this because of the discussion of the elements of the win, which it looks actually okay, at least heading into day one. So I think the big bet, Ricky Fowler's been playing fantastic golf. You look at some things that need to match up here for you. Again, we talked about just links history, par 4, 450 plus, par 5s, 600 to 650, getting in from 200 plus out, approach shots, strokes gained around the green. This is a guy in Ricky Fowler, specifically, I think strokes gained around the green and strokes gained off approach. And then Tommy Fleetwood is right there with him. So we just need to look at good Viktor. If I can get a Viktor Hovland, Kenny, who can putt, I think this has a shot at 38-1.
I love these specials too because there's no dead heat, so the including ties those are some very important letters at the end of this year. I love this. I think all three of these guys could be in the mix. 38-1. That's some serious juice right there, man. You have my attention.
All right, my friend, one more time here and let everybody know how they can get on the Discord, Twitter, everywhere we can find you.
Yes, sir. Link is in my Twitter bio. Again, Moonshot HQ. Again, at Kilkenny. Just tap in, man. I'm on Twitch as well. Twitch.com/Kilkenny live every Wednesday, and then come NFL Sundays. The only place to be is Moonshot HQ NFL time. And you, my friend, I will see you on the golf course soon once this wrist heals up. Thanks for having me as always, brother.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. One more time for everybody below. A reminder, 21 or older gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. First bet, $10 up to $12.50 is on Caesars. What I would suggest is go back in this video and find your favorite bet from Kenny. Go on over, sign up. It'll take you 40 seconds to fill everything out on Caesars, and bang, place that bet over there. Whatever. It doesn't have to be $12.50. Maybe you're running with a $100 bankroll. That's fine. But whatever it is, deposit, play it out. And hopefully it's Taylor Moore cashing. But the beauty of it, if it's not Taylor Moore, you get your money right back. All right, my friend, as always, thank you. We'll see everybody tomorrow.